Hi everyone. Today I'm joined by Jessien. We are here to discuss their new virtual art exhibition, Thickness of Calligraphy, which was nominated for Best Immersive Art Experience in this year's Raindance Immersive Festival. Jessien, thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, Fangs. Thank you for inviting me.
Jessien, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. My name is Jessien, and I'm from China. Actually, I have been creating VR works for about 6 years. It starts from when I was starting in UCL. It's a college in London. I was majoring in architecture. I have started creating virtual worlds in VR chat from last year. And this is, I think this is the first complete world by me is this virtual exhibition.
What started you on your VR journey?
I didn't use VR before 2016. I was affected by the school. The school encouraged us to use totally different forms, technologies, anything we could imagine to help us express and share our designs, our design ideas, and the forms. So at the very beginning, I just use VR to share my architecture designs.
What motivated you to start creating virtual worlds?
Before I create things on VR chat, I have created different VR projects, but most of them are a solo experience. So people don't use them on social VR platform. But uh, about 2 years ago, my friends introduced VR chat to me, and he shared a lot of fancy and interesting words. I think I got many inspirations here. And I think people create very interesting and cool stuffs here, so I want to be part of them.
When creating worlds like this, what tools do you prefer to use?
Yeah, so actually I use many tools because as you can imagine, there are different formats of the content. So at least I have to use like Rilo. This is a 3D modeling software to do the space design, to modeling the scales, the exhibition rooms. And I also need to use illustrators or Photoshops to make these textures or posters. And of course, finally, I must use Unity. This is a very big part of it.
What do you want people to experience when visiting this world?
This world does provide lot of information to the audience. I think the most important part is the story of the artist Bo Yan. His experience, I think, is the most precious. Of course, it was the main connection to connect the different exhibits.
Who is Boyan?
Bo Yan is a Chinese artist. I think we are share the same age, and I didn't know him before this exhibition. But I followed him on Instagram for a while. It starts because I was a big fan about calligraphy, and I found this guy, find a very new creative form to express the beauty of calligraphy.
You share an emotional attachment to the art of calligraphy. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? Your love for calligraphy?
I think it is very connected to my personal experience when I was just a child. My grandfather taught me to write with a brush pen, not with a pen or pencil. So I think the first way I learned to write is a traditional calligraphy way.
At the heart of it all, what was your main motive behind making this world?
I could answer it from different perspective. For myself, I have spending years to discover, to develop the narrative language of virtual reality as a new medium. I think I got some experience about this, but I am very sure I need to go further. I used to tell stories, virtual stories made up by myself, but I don't think it could be powerful as the real stories. So this time I want to tell the real story about another guy, about something new I didn't know before, because I think this is a more challenge and meaningful practice. From the perspective of the artist, I really enjoy and love his works. I think his work and his story deserve to be presented, to be shared to more people properly.
And you did a beautiful job with that, showcasing his art, telling Boyan's story. You were inspired by this artist, and you saw them struggling. They were a complete stranger, but with your shared love for calligraphy and the bond that you made, you were able to come together and make this really beautiful exhibition.
Oh, thank you. Actually, I want to make about 3 exhibitions per year in VMoMA. Yeah, this virtual museum. Yeah, I haven't decided if I should update the content in the same word or I should upload a new word. But yeah, I'm sure I will make new contents like this next. I also create a VR chat group. The name is also VMoMA, and it was created by the creator account of this world. Yeah, they are all the same name, VMoMA. Yeah, I'm also expected this year's Raindance because I have already heard a lot of wonderful live performance and the words contents. So I'm really looking forward to it.